Okay, so let's take a look at your sockets. You're going to have a variety here. And once again, I would say refer to earlier kind of the philosophy, same on ratchets. Pick your quality level, where you're at in your life, how much money you have at your disposal. Those are all decisions that you have to make. But one thing that you're going to have to think about is you've got your short wells, you've got your deep wells, and then kind of the Goldilocks in the middle, you've got your mid-length sockets. So what's the idea behind all this? Well, a short socket is just that. You can see you can't get very far down on a fastener with this. If you got a nut or a bolt, you can see you can only go so deep with this. So these are convenient because they fit in tight places, but they're also a little bit of a disadvantage because if you have something that is maybe on a stud or whatnot, you're not going to be able to reach it with that short. You're going to need something deep like this. So you can see with this deep fastener, or with this deep socket here, this can fit way down on something so you can loosen it. So I think it's important to have both a set of shorts and deeps because you're going to need them. But I also find probably 90% of the time what I grab for is this set right here, the mid-length. So as you can see, using like this socket right here, they're kind of in between. They're not quite as long as a deep well, but they're not quite as short as a short well. So mid-length is kind of the best of both worlds. You will find on occasion where maybe it's not deep enough or maybe it's not short enough to get in the spot you need. But like I say, 90% of the time, this works for me. If I was starting over, what direction would I go if I was starting over? I don't really know, to be honest. I'd probably stick with the shorts and the deeps and then maybe work my way to a set of mid-length because these are really handy and they're becoming more popular and more available. But there are occasions where they don't work, and if you need it to work, then you need it to work. So something else to consider is, where are you going to start with? Are you going to start with metric or are you going to start with SAE? So you've got metric and you've got SAE. It seems that most everything these days relies on metric. So I would probably buy my metric set first. I think starting at what have I got here? Is this an 8? I would probably go down as far as I do on occasion use a 7mm up to probably 21 is what I would go from. 7mm to 21 is going to cover a pretty good range of most things that you're dealing with. And then on the SAE side, a quarter up to an inch maybe. Like I say, it's very rare that I break out my SAE set anymore just because I don't run across a lot of stuff anymore that has it. Everything seems to be moving to the metric side of the world, which is okay with me. You may notice something here too. Notice how these sockets are black instead of these right here? Well, these sockets are chromed. These are meant for ratchets right here. These are called impact sockets. So impact sockets are designed to be put on impact wrenches, like you can see right here. These fire a lot of torque. So these are designed to be, like in comparison here, I don't have anything that's going to be quite the same, but check out how much thicker the wall, is on something like this impact as opposed to this. These are designed to handle the load and torque of an impact. These are not. Where would I start? Once again, I would still start with the chromes. I'm going to be honest, guys. There are a lot of dudes that will run impacts on chrome sockets. I do it, honestly, quite a bit. And unless you just got something that's really stuck or you're putting a lot of torque on it, it's probably going to be okay. I still would recommend working yourself up to a set of impacts when time allows. But if you're just doing it on occasion and you're not doing something that's really, really stuck on there, your chrome sockets are going to be okay. Impact, they're designed for that load. Chrome, they could shatter or crack or break. So just something to keep in mind there as well. Oh my goodness, that is a lot to think about, isn't it? In going over this and talking about everything that we're looking at here, what I think I'm going to do is, I'd originally said in this video that I was going to talk about wrenches and include screwdrivers as well. But I think I may actually do them as a separate video because this one's running kind of lengthy here. So guys, I think we're going to cut, and then I'll leave a link to the next video down below in which we will talk about wrenches and you can get my insight and input on different wrenches, quality, and what I think you should go with.